Do you lack a sense of self-trust in your ideas or your decision-making? Maybe you lean on external validation to know your ideas or your decisions are right. If so, this reading is going to be for you. This collective tarot reading are for those who want to create, grow, and build with more self-trust and confidence. Allow this reading to be a mirror, a space for reflection and confirmation, a moment to help you orient to your own inner knowing. I don't read tarot to predict the future. I use tarot to help people come back to themselves. If that feels supportive, you're in the right place. And since these are general, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and let's get into your messages today. So we're going to get 3 cards out on the table. And let's talk about your message. So where do you lack a sense of self-trust with the 8 of Swords? I feel there's a strong indication here about how you see yourself, how you perceive yourself, how you've limited yourself, whether currently or in the past, and possibly from past mistakes that has prevented you from taking a chance, taking a risk, doing something new, or seeing growth in a specific area of your life. And I feel that there is something within your nervous system, or maybe actively within your conscious mind, that is reflecting back upon a situation in your life where you've done something and failed, or you've done something and something happened. So you have now internalized that experience as truth moving forward. And that has eroded your self-trust. So now, whenever you see yourself breaking beyond your limiting beliefs or moving towards success, opportunity a little bit more, especially if you desire it, your nervous system gets activated. Maybe your mind starts playing those old stories again, those loops of remember what happened last time, we can't do this again, it's too scary. So reflect on that. If that sounds like it's something you are experiencing currently, reflect on how that is happening right now, how that has maybe happened in your past. So how can you lean into self-trust more? And we have the 3 of Pentacles. This feels like expansion and growth. And leaning into the self-trust more means doing things that are a little bit scary, maybe a touch uncomfortable, because that is the edge of your growth. There's even something here about connecting in with people to help create a supportive container for you to do that. Maybe speaking about the things that are blocking you or preventing you from moving forward, and looking to other people that are experiencing or have experienced this same thing, so that you can start to see slow, steady movements in the right direction. To me, this also speaks to doing the work and not thinking about it. So we're moving from the 8 of Swords, which is a very mental energy, very logical, intellectual energy, into the doing of the Pentacles, which is the things that you can do in the here and now, in the present, but also within how you spend your time, energy, money, and what things in the material world that you can do to help yourself and see tangible results in that area. So doing the work, self-development, personal growth. So let's look at the why. Why do you lack the sense of self-trust? The Page of Swords in reverse. So again, there's some false perceptions here. There could also be something from your childhood, something from your past that is really influencing your current energy or this lack of self-trust. And also, I feel why this is happening too on that positive end is that there's something here to learn. And I feel that with this limiting belief or these stories or these ideas that you have about who you are and what you're capable of, I feel that story can be rewritten. And there's something here to learn about that. Bringing awareness to that will help you rewrite that narrative. But keeping an open mind, not locking yourself into this is who I am and this is only what I'm capable of. Opening yourself up to what could be. Let's explore those possibilities. Let's get curious about it. Not worrying about being perfect or having all of the knowledge. This is how you build and gain knowledge and confidence and self-trust. Is the learning, is the making mistakes, is building upon what you're learning, gathering data, learning new skills. So that could be why it's happening, but it's also the invitation. And what happens when you lean into self-trust more? Maybe you open yourself up to new possibilities, new ideas, new narratives. We have the Justice card. And the Justice is about being discerning, but also staying neutral to what is, not having any preconceived ideas, beliefs, or notions about who they are, about the situation or the challenge at hand. This is coming from a place of neutrality, of being grounded in listening to all the facts, leaning on the intuition, and finding that balance, making adjustments where necessary, and really not leaning to one side or another, but staying completely unbiased. And I feel that's what will happen when you open yourself up to exploring your limits and moving beyond them, about learning a new skill to remove those blocks or those limitations that you're currently moving through or working with, is that you come to this place where every new experience is a learning opportunity, is a way to experiment and gather information so that you can make more discerning decisions moving forward. And you don't let an old story, an old belief, a perception that you might be carrying get in your way of that. You're open to challenging that. You're open to coming to new conclusions. So what I'm kind of seeing here is that you're somewhat of an associate here with the Page of Swords. You're just learning the ropes. You're learning this new way of thinking, new way of perceiving things, new way of problem solving, of pushing the limits, pushing the boundaries. And eventually you'll get to this place where it becomes a natural expression. It feels very grounded, very empowered. And it almost becomes part of your process. Rather than something that stops you in your tracks, these limitations become a point of inquiry rather than a roadblock. So this is the reflection I have for you today. If something stirred for you, share in the comments. I'd love to hear. And if you want to go deeper, I recommend you join my Patreon for extended content and community conversation. And remember, you're not here to wait for your future. You're here right now to create it. I'll see you in the next one.